beautiful viewers. Welcome to another episode of this podcast, The Complete Football Pod. With me, your host Mike. I hope you're doing well. I really hope you are. If you're new to this channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe to it. I would really appreciate your support. I would really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Yeah, without taking much of your time, let's dive into the topic of today. I will be talking about the Manchester City EPL title win this season. Man, it was a title race that was, filled with suspense and, a lot of emotions, running. Because, let's be sincere, Arsenal pushed Man City even to the brink. The title was decided at the end of the season. The last game of the season decided who the title winner would be. I personally predicted it was going to be Man City, even when it was like 10 games to go. I predicted it was going to be Man City only because I think Man City has the experience, to just not care about the noise or about the pressure. They have experienced players, and also they have a experienced coach in Pep Guardiola, who has been in this situation so many times. He knows not when not to be carried away with the noise out there. But Arsenal, we saw last season, Arsenal pushed Man City, last season too. But the noise got to them, in my opinion, and they fell by the way. They lost some games they were not supposed to lose. So I think they lost to Southampton, and they lost to, I think they drew a game with West Ham or something. So they lost some game. But this season, let's be sincere, Arsenal has been so great. They've been so clinical in dealing with those, middle teams in respect, and all those small teams that posed problem to Arsenal last season. This season was different. Arsenal made sure they did the job right, and kudos to Arteta, because Arteta right now and that Arsenal team, they're destined for greatness. If nothing changes, if Arteta keeps making the right signing and still trying to compete, still hungry for a title, he would the season Man City falls short. The season Man City is not really at their best. The only person I see that is positioned to win the Premier League is Arsenal, because right now they're very close to Man City. They're pushing Man City. The competition is so great. So Man City, congratulations to Man City, congratulations to all the players and all the Manchester City fans out there. Congratulations to you. I really rejoice with you. It's a good season. Man City did not start the season well, but the moment Man City gets their rhythm and they could win a stretch of games without losing, that's why I think Guardiola is kind of special. Because when you have the opportunity to win games, win it. Because when Guardiola, he might not start the season well, but the moment he figures out how to win games, they could win 14, 13 games in a row without losing. So good luck to Man City. They won the league for the fourth consecutive time. Pep has won the Premier League, a fourth consecutive time. It has never been done before. Who does great things? Who does things that's never been done before? Pep. Like I've said in my previous episode, Pep is no doubt, in my opinion, the best manager ever. The best manager so far. No one comes close. No, I take that back. We have great managers too, like Carlo Ancelotti, but I prefer Guardiola because Pep has done a lot for football. He's an innovator. He has innovated a lot of styles. Everybody wants to play like Pep. There was an interview from Bastian Schweinsteiger, this ex-German captain, ex-German player. He said, Pep Guardiola coming to Bayern Munich then caused more harms than good. Because the moment he came to Bayern Munich, everybody wants to play like Pep. Even the national team, they want to play like Pep. That's to show you how innovative Pep is. Everybody wants to follow his style. Everybody wants to play the way he plays. All this playing from the back, possession game, pressing. He innovated all those things. So that's Pep for you. And I can't talk about Man City this season without talking about some players. Phil Foden, number one. For me, it's no coincidence Phil Foden won the best Premier League Player of the Year. It's no coincidence because this guy, all through the season, this guy was phenomenal. This guy was just banging in goals. Anytime he touches the ball, you know something is about to happen. It is no coincidence he won the Premier League Player of the season or of the year because he was really instrumental in this title race. And you can see the game in the final. The moment Man City passed the ball in like less than 2 minutes, he scored a banger. What a banger! He scored the first goal, which was very important for Man City because getting that first goal was, pivotal for Man City. It will give them that courage in a game like that where they have to win to decide who would be the winner of the title. So before we know it, he got the second goal again before West Ham scored again. And when West Ham scored, I was thinking, oh, hold on, is there going to be any upset today? But they finished the job. And another person I would like to talk about in this Man City team is Rodri. Rodri, I don't know how to classify this player. Rodri has been like the puzzle, like the connector for this Man City team. Anytime Rodri doesn't play, Man City struggle. He has been like the link between the defense and the attack. Rodri has been very instrumental to Man City. There was some games he didn't play this season. I think Man City lost almost all those games. Maybe they won one out of the games he did not play. Rodri, what a great player, what a great number 6. That position, he handles it well, he bullies players because of his stature and, the way he commands, he dictates the pace of the game. Rodri, one of the best, if not the best, number 6 in the world right now. I would say Declan Rice is up there too, and Moises Caicedo. But right now, Rodri is the king in that position. Rodri, no doubt about it. Also, Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne had a lot of injuries, but when he came back, he contributed to the team also. And when Kevin De Bruyne is fit, we know what he can do. He was also instrumental. Bernardo Silva, what a player! This guy, I can't remember the position he has not played for Pep, or the position he cannot play. That's how mobile, that's how versatile Bernardo is. Haaland also, Erling Haaland, the destroyer. This guy is also, the Premier League highest goal scorer, followed by, I think, is it this Chelsea guy, Cole Palmer? Yeah, I think it's Cole Palmer. Yeah, I think Cole Palmer is the second runner. Yeah, the highest goal scorer. Haaland, what a player! What a player! He can always get better and better. And if Man City can find a way to get him into the play more, he would score more goals than you can look at the way Haaland is playing now. It's not really playing the way Man City. His style of play is not like the way Man City play, but he still scores a lot of goals. Look at when he was in Dortmund. He was scoring more goals than he did in Man City because they play to his strength. But in Man City, the possession game, the possession style of play, before he gets the ball, it takes a long time. They pass the ball around too much because they don't really look at him. They need him to come, to play with the midfield player. That was why Pep was trying to buy Harry Kane, because Harry Kane fits the kind of player Guardiola likes for a striker. Guardiola doesn't like the striker that will stay inside the box. No, you have to come and play with the team. And because he couldn't get Harry Kane, he actually went for Haaland. And the rest is history. So that's that for Man City. Good luck to Man City. Let's see what's gonna happen next season. I think some teams are gonna give Man City problem, especially Arsenal. In my opinion, Arsenal would give Man City. I don't know about Liverpool next season because of this new coach Arne Slot. I don't know how he's gonna be able to harness this Liverpool players. Let them play. I don't know how he's gonna set them up, but we will see how he set them up. Probably in the preseason games, we can see a glimpse of how they would want to play. Tottenham also, not really I think Tottenham plays they play good football, but I'm not really banking much on them. Chelsea, same thing. Man City, sorry, Man United also. There's a lot of doubt with this Man United team. We don't know if they're going to change the coach. We don't know who is who, and so the season ends that way. Man City top of the table, Arsenal second, Aston Villa third. No, Liverpool third. My bad. Liverpool third, Aston Villa fourth. So these four teams would automatically go to the Champions League, and the fifth and the sixth, which is Chelsea and Tottenham, so they already qualified for European competition. So now there would be a FA Cup final between Man City and Manchester United. So the winner of that game will determine if Newcastle. I think Newcastle will be playing Newcastle will be playing the Europa Conference League. So if Man City wins, I think it will stay that way. But if Man United win, I think Man United will qualify for the Europa League, with Tottenham and Chelsea would come down to the Europa Conference League. So I think Chelsea fans out there would not want Man United to win because they want to play in Europa League, because the allocation you get when you play in the Europa League is obviously more than what you get when you play at the Europa Conference League. So now there's a breaking news today that Chelsea had pulled the plug on Mauricio Pochettino. I saw this coming. But at the point, I think Chelsea would probably let Pochettino stay, because at the point, Chelsea, this team got their reading and they started winning games. I have maintained the opinion that Pochettino is a good coach, but I don't think, personally, it's my opinion, I don't think he would win anything for Chelsea, because I question his winning mentality. He's not a serial winner. But he would make this Chelsea team an okay team, a team that would compete. We can see Chelsea stayed at the 10th position for a long time this season, but look at what happened at the end of the season. Chelsea is playing in the European competition. So today there's a news that Chelsea already, with mutual consent, Pochettino is going to leave Chelsea. Now I see that, like I said, I thought Chelsea was going to let him leave because he signed 2 years. So I would believe, logically, I would think like Chelsea will let him leave. Chelsea will let him stay, run out his last year contract, and see if they can, take it up from there. But I think obviously Chelsea hierarchy already decided on what they wanted to do even before Pochettino turned the tide around with this team. So Pochettino will be leaving, and now, in my opinion, the other reason why I felt Pochettino will stay was because I thought Chelsea does not have the money to let him go, because they're probably going to be paying him off like £10 million or so. So why don't you let him stay? Because I think Chelsea is not struggling financially with the financial fair play. So I would say logically Chelsea will let him stay, because that will save them whatever amount they're going to pay him to, whatever amount they're going to use to pay him off, maybe £10 million or 14 or 11. I don't really know the actual number, but I would say logically Chelsea will let him stay so as to let him, so as to save that money, and they would worry about how they would not be caught under the financial fair play rule, so that they won't have the same problem with Everton, the same problem like Everton or Nottingham Forest, when they had some point deducted from their point this season. But obviously, I think for Chelsea making this move, I think probably they think they're in a good stand financially, because if they're not, I don't think they're gonna let him go. But now they've let Pochettino is out of Chelsea as of today. Some coaches have been lined up for possible replacement. Now, there's a news from the Chelsea, from inside Chelsea, that Chelsea wants to go young. Like, they want to go for a young manager. Now, if you want to go for a young manager, you should also go for a young manager that has that winning mentality, that's a serial winner. Not just go for a young manager. Because, in my opinion, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you go for a young manager? It doesn't matter. What would a young manager do if it's not a young manager that can win trophies for you? Now, there's some list of some managers Chelsea has actually Chelsea has shortlisted for the to replace Mauricio Pochettino. Now, there's a manager called Sebastian Hoeneß. Sebastian Hoeneß is the Stuttgart coach. Now, Stuttgart, I think they're the second in the Bundesliga. Yeah, Stuttgart is the second in the Bundesliga, and this guy has already been approached by Bayern Munich. Sebastian Hoeneß. He's already been contacted by Bayern Munich, but he rejected the Bayern Munich job. I don't know. Probably felt it's kind of toxic inside the Bayern Munich camp, so he rejected it. But I would say the fact that he came second in the Bundesliga for the first season, that doesn't mean it's okay to coach Chelsea. This is Chelsea we're talking about. That's why I always go back to the Roman Abramovich era. I don't think he would hire coaches like this. I don't think so, because it's all about winning. It's not about I want to experiment. Roman tried it one time when he signed Andres Villas-Boas. It never worked out. So, Sebastian Hoeneß, with all due respect, he did a great job with Stuttgart. Being the second in the Bundesliga, it's tough because we know the usual suspects: Bayern, Dortmund. Which other team in the Bundesliga? It's always consistent with the first, second, third. Stuttgart has not been there for a long time. It's not been Stuttgart. So, but this season he came second in the Bundesliga, and Chelsea already trying to tap him to be the next Pochettino successor. I just don't. It's my opinion. Don't get me wrong. Let me know your thoughts and your opinion in the comment section. Do you think Sebastian Hoeneß would be the perfect fit to take over this Chelsea job from Mauricio Pochettino? Now, the second name on the list is Mikel. This Mikel is the Girona coach, the coach for Girona. Now, with this guy, it's a little bit different because Girona this season, they were the top of La Liga for a very long time. Barcelona and Madrid was trailing them, but obviously Madrid caught up with them. Barcelona caught up with them. Now they finished the table as the third in the La Liga. Now, the Mikel is a good coach, in my opinion. He's a very good coach, but I still don't think. What he's playing, the way he plays is good. He plays good football, but do you think he can succeed in Chelsea, in the Premier League? Let me know your opinion in the comment section. For those who know Girona in the La Liga, the way they play, they third in this, they came third this season. Let me know if you think Mikel is a good fit for Chelsea. Now, there's another coach, Enzo Maresca. Now, this Enzo Maresca is a Leicester coach. Leicester in the Championship. Now they're coming to the Premier League. Leicester is coming to the Premier League. They were relegated, but this Enzo Maresca became their coach, and now they've been promoted back into the Premier League. Now, they won the Championship. They won the Championship. They're like the first on the table, so they obviously the winner. The only positive thing I see about this guy Enzo Maresca is because he has worked under Pep Guardiola at Man City. And if you ask me, because of the love I have for Pep, if you ask me, who do you think is a good fit? I would say give him a try. Look at the people or the coaches or the ex-players that have played or have learned under Pep. You can't say bad things about them. Look at the way Vincent Kompany, look at the way his team, Burnley, play. Even though they were relegated, but if Kompany has better players, he would play exciting and he would win games. With all due respect to Burnley players, they would not be as good as Chelsea players. The budget it would get to buy players in Chelsea would not be as the one it would get for Burnley. Look at Mikel Arteta. You know, he's another coach that worked under Pep. So everybody that's been under Pep before, I think, look at Xavi Hernandez. Pep had coached them before. All these guys, because of what Pep has instilled into them, even as a player, they end up being good coaches when they have the support system around them. So that's the only positive I think I have about this Enzo Maresca guy, the Leicester coach. Anything aside that, I still don't think because you won the championship you can coach Chelsea. But never say never. Just because of who he has learned from, that might be, to me, if I'm part of those board, interviewing them, that would be a key factor I'm gonna hold on to me, that okay, this is a number one for me. I would look at other things, but for that, because he had worked under Pep Guardiola, I would take that as a positive for me. So the last person is Kieran McKenna. Kieran McKenna is the coach for Ipswich Town in the championship. Actually, they also came second. So Ipswich and Leicester and Ipswich are already qualified, already been promoted to the Premier League. So Kieran McKenna also I think he was an ex-Man United coach, and he was an ex-football player too. So these are the 4 guys that have been shortlisted right now for the Chelsea job. But I would say there was a time Chelsea was talking about Ruben Amorim. I would have loved Ruben Amorim because of his experience, because of how he has played with, because of how his team plays Sporting in Portugal. He has the Champions League experience. He has the European experience. So I think this guy probably, and he's young. So I will say, if I'm to choose a coach, I would choose him, or I would choose Roberto De Zerbi. I would choose either of those 2 coaches, because Roberto De Zerbi already knows how the Premier League works. He plays exciting football. All he needs is good players, and with this Chelsea team, I think he has those good players. Though they're young, they don't have a leader, but he can do something with that. And there's something kind of string this season or this season that would be carried over to the next season. There's going to be a lot of teams that would need managers, because so many teams have either sacked the manager or the manager has already said they're leaving at the end of the season. West Ham, David Moyes has already left West Ham officially, because he said it before the end of the season was going to leave. So West Ham will need a manager. Ruben Amorim already went there for an interview. I don't think they want him, probably due to 1 or 2 circumstances beyond their control, due to 1 or 2 reasons. Juventus, Allegri has been sacked, even though he won the Coppa Italia. He was sacked. I think he beat Atalanta. Yeah, he won the Coppa Italia, but even though he was sacked, so Juventus also will need a coach, and I think Juventus was trying to get Thiago Motta. Thiago Motta, who is the ex-Barcelona player, ex-Inter Milan and ex-PSG player, is the coach of Bologna. Now, Bologna plays exciting football. Now, they want Thiago Motta Juve want Thiago Motta to be their coach, so they want to tap him up from Bologna. Bologna also coming to the Champions League this season. So, if he ends up coming to Juve, Bologna will need a coach. But if he doesn't, Juventus already need a coach. Now, Bayern Munich also needs a coach. At the point, Tuchel already said mid-season he was leaving at the end of the season. At the point, we heard rumors that he said he was going to stay only on 1 or 2 conditions, but the conditions was not met. I think one of the conditions was he needs players like Bruno Fernandes, Man United Bruno Fernandes, or he needs him, and he needs a player that of his profile. But Bayern, the meeting didn't go well, so finally there was no U-turn. He said he's finally going to leave. Now Chelsea has parted ways with Mauricio Pochettino. So obviously Chelsea will need another coach, which I've talked about Sebastian Hoeneß, the Stuttgart manager, Mikel, the Girona manager, Enzo Maresca, the what's it called, the Leicester manager, Leicester City, then Kieran McKenna, the Ipswich Town manager. So now Brighton, also Roberto De Zerbi, a day to the end of the season, he announced he was going to be leaving. And now there's a rumor going on De Zerbi. Some people think he already signed a contract with a club, but he's not saying it. It's a secret contract, and I suspect it's probably going to be Juventus because he's an Italian guy. It might probably be Juventus because he was also trying to get the job for the Bayern Munich job, but he couldn't get the job. So I think it's gonna be maybe Juventus, maybe he's going to Serie A, Juventus or Bologna. I don't know, but I think he's not. He's probably. I don't want to say I agree that he already signed a secret contract, but if he has done that, I would not be surprised because he's a good coach. So good coach, you don't let them stay for a long time. There's gonna be a team that wants to poach them. So AC Milan, Pioli, AC Milan manager, is also leaving at the end of the season, which AC Milan will need a manager. So that's De Zerbi has a lot of option if he wants to go back to his hometown, Italy. So now Barcelona is still kind of undecided because at the point Xavi said he was leaving at the end of the season, but over time there was a meeting between him and Juan Laporta, and they made the meeting was going to be positive. So now Xavi's kind of sitting on the fence. We don't know if he's probably going to stay finally or he will decide to leave at the end of the day. Then last but not the least, Man United. We don't know if Man United will stick with Erik ten Hag or they're going to let him go, because if Chelsea can let Mauricio Pochettino go, then I don't see why Ten Hag will stay. Man, with all due respect to Ten Hag, I'm not in the happy when a manager loses his job. But if Chelsea can let him go, could let Pochettino go, where you can see a pattern, you can see an identity building bit by bit. What about Man United, where you can see a fingerprint of Ten Hag in that team? So we don't know what's going to happen. They're working behind the scene in Man United, the top hierarchy. They're working behind the scene. We don't know if they're going to let him go or if they're going to let him stay. So let me know your thoughts and your opinion in the comment section. Who do you think Chelsea should go for in these 4 managers? Or is there any other manager out of those 4 managers you think Chelsea should go for? Let me know your thoughts and your opinion in the comment section. This is going to be the end of this podcast. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for your support. I really, really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much, and bye.